There is a mistake I see families make over and over again when they inherit a home and it costs them thousands of dollars every single time. They don't mean to do it, it comes from the right place, but it ends up hurting the estate in a very real way and a very measurable way. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that mistake is and how you can avoid it. Hello, I am Chris Spade, a certified probate specialist with Keller Williams Realty serving Sonoma County. I have worked with executors, administrators, and trustees going through some of the most genuinely complex estate situations, and I'm about to describe a mistake that isn't a legal one, it's not a paperwork error, and it's not even a real estate decision. It's a mindset problem, and once you understand it, you're never going to make it. But a quick note before we dive in, I'm a real estate professional, not an attorney. This video covers real estate and the financial side of managing an inherited property. For legal guidance on your specific estate, always talk to your probate attorney. So let's talk about that mistake. So when families inherit a home, one of the first instincts is to look around at all the personal property inside and start calculating the antique furniture, the collectibles, the tools in the garage, the jewelry box in the dresser. Maybe there's artwork on the walls and your thinking goes, hey, we should sell all this and maximize what we get for the estate. Now, that instinct is absolutely understandable, but here's the reality. In most every single estate, the personal property inside the home is worth a very tiny fraction of what the entire home itself is worth. And the time, energy spent to squeeze every single dollar out of personal property almost always comes at a direct financial cost to the estate because it delays the sale of the home. So let me put real numbers to this so you can feel it. A home in Sonoma County carries real ongoing costs, property taxes, homeowners insurance, which in this market is significant. Utilities, gas and electric, water, possibly a mortgage if the loan hasn't been paid off, maintenance. Every single day that the home is unsold, the estate is spending money. Now, in many cases, it's $50 to $100 a day or more, depending on the carrying cost of that specific property. Now, imagine the family decides to run a garage sale. First, they spend several days going through every room, sorting items, deciding what to keep, what to price, what to donate. Then they set up the tables, price every item, run the sale. It's a lot of work, and it's emotionally exhausting because you're literally putting a price tag on your loved one's belongings while strangers pick through items. And then when the first weekend is enough, there's still too much left, so they do another weekend and another. 3 or 4 weeks later, maybe they've made a few $100s, sometimes less. Meanwhile, the home has been sitting for a month, the mortgage payment came due, the insurance renewed, the utilities are on the whole time, the estate spent more money carrying the home those extra weeks than it made from the 3 or 4 garage sales you did. Every time the math never works out in the favor of the garage sale strategy. Now, the most valuable asset in every Sonoma County real estate in every state is the home itself. Even when a property is in poor condition, deferred maintenance, dated finishes, yard needs work, it's almost certainly worth more than everything in the home that is combined. The location, the land, the structure, that's where the real money is. So your job as a personal representative is not to maximize the value of every single coffee mug and every single piece of furniture. Your job is to protect and preserve the estate's most significant asset and get it sold at the best possible price in the most reasonable time frame. Every week you delay that sale is a week the estate is hemorrhaging money and carrying costs. Now, here's the approach I walk families through. First, take a reasonable amount of time to go through the home and claim what's meaningful. Photos, heirlooms, items of genuine sentimental value. Involve other beneficiaries. Let everyone take what matters to them. That is important, and it's important worth doing. Then make a decision to execute it quickly. If the home has quality furniture, antiques, artwork, or other items that could bring real money, call an estate sale company, get 1 or 2 bids. If they tell you the contents aren't worth running a sale over, believe them. They know what sells and what doesn't. If an estate sale doesn't make sense, call a clean out company. Here in Sonoma County, there are excellent companies that will come in, take everything, sort what's donatable, and leave you with an empty property. An empty property is easier to clean, easier to stage, shows larger to buyers, and is ready for the market faster. Sometimes the clean out contents of the estate sale, you get a small fee. Sometimes if the contents have enough value, they'll actually pay the estate. Either way, it's almost always the right call. Now, what I would avoid is the extended do-it-yourself approach to the weeks of sorting, loading, driving to donation centers, running garage sales, hauling to the dump. That ends up costing the estate far more and it delays anything you could ever recover in proceeds. Now, I want to acknowledge something because I don't want this video to sound cold. Going through a loved one's belongings is hard. I've been there. I know. There is grief mixed into every drawer you open. You find things you forgot existed, and you find things that just start making you cry. That's real and it matters. Now, you don't have to rush through the emotional part. Take your time you need to honor your loved one's memory and hold on to what's meaningful. That's not a mistake. The mistake is letting all that emotion process spill over into the practical part, spending 4 weeks running garage sales when a cleanout company could have handled everything in a day and the home could have been on the market 3 weeks sooner. Balance is the word. Honor the memory, respect the emotions, and then make a practical decision to protect the financial interests of everyone in the estate. If you are managing an inherited property here in Sonoma County and you're not sure what to do next or what your next step should be, whether that's cleaning the home, preparing it for market, just figuring out where you are in the process, reach out to me. I'm Chris Spade with Keller Williams, a certified probate specialist. I can help you think through the right approach for your specific situation. The link is in the description below. Subscribe if this was helpful. I put out new content every single week on probate, trust, and estate and real estate right here in Sonoma County. I'll see you on the next one.